Welcome to This Is My Architecture. This time I'm joined by Chad from Civitas. Welcome, Chad.
Hey, thank you.
What does Civitas do?
Civitas takes the data from colleges and universities, brings it in, processes it through our data models, all to try to help kids graduate college.
Sounds like a good thing to do, and you mentioned the magic word data. I'm seeing processing workflow here. Let's dive into it. What do you do?
Absolutely. So what we do is we have a process that we created called CiviTL, which is an orchestration engine to take this data that we get from our customers on a nightly basis and actually bring it through the entire life cycle of making it so that it actually ends up on the screen for our customers.
Now you're talking hundreds of gig, if not terabyte of data per institution each night. What do you do with it?
So first thing that happens is from the schools, it gets into S3. So we start everything in S3,
Yep.
At which point what we need to do is we need to process that and transform it into models that the rest of our system knows how to do. But we need to do this in a secure way. That way the PII for these different colleges is separate from other colleges. So we process all this through Redshift, but through individual Redshift clusters that we bring up dynamically along the way and then shut them down.
Cool. So they're like transient clusters of Redshift just for that purpose.
Absolutely. And so we created a service called Slate that actually stores the metadata basically of all of these jobs. Here are the artifacts, here's how long it took to do the job, so on and so forth.
Okay, and once you've sort of cleansed it, then you're doing some heavy duty processing. We've got our old friend EMR here.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that process.
So in EMR, what we do there is we do all of our data science there. So that's where we actually do the models to predict how we're going to help those kids. And so one of the limitations with EMR is that it's really good to bring up a cluster, but there's no real ways that Amazon gives us right off the bat to be able to dynamically grow these and shrink these based on what it is we need to go do.
Yeah, we kind of ask you to know what you're doing, so
Absolutely.
you got to figure it out. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we created another service called Foreman. And what Foreman does is it takes a look at the cluster size that we have and then looks at the different jobs that are coming in from these schools and tries to figure out, based on Slate and the past performance of these jobs, how big does that cluster have to be to efficiently process these jobs without spending all the money in the world.
So it's using historical analysis to do predictive analytics of what you might need in your cluster.
Absolutely.
What's that build out of?
It's a Scala application that we built that is hosted in EC2.
Easy. So it's just like a bit of brains to feed the EMR API to size it correctly, and you're good to go.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Fantastic. So that's processing terabytes upon terabytes each and every day.
Absolutely.
Fully elastic, EMR, Redshift. That's pretty nifty.
Absolutely.
Saving a lot of money on the way.
Doing our best.
We love that. Awesome. Chad, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, everyone, for watching This Is My Architecture.